Hey guys, I'm glad you're interested in learning a bit more about me, so I really appreciate that. And in fact, if you like to hear a bit more from me outside of this YouTube channel, you can always subscribe to my thoughts, on Twitter at Digital Sreeni. Now, let me get straight to the point by not wasting a lot of your time. First of all, what do I do with the ad revenue that I get from this YouTube channel? In fact, I get about $100 per month, which is not a lot, but enough to support a couple of charities. So part of it goes to Shankara Eye Foundation. This is an amazing foundation that actually provides the gift of vision to less fortunate people in India. And the second one is the American Cancer Society, and they fund cancer research. And you can directly give to these guys, or you can give to any charity of your liking, or just keep watching my videos. Don't skip them as soon as you get the advertisement. Okay, so now moving on to more about me. Who doesn't like to talk about themselves? My full name is Srinivas Bhattiprolu. Okay, and Srinivas is such a common name from South India, so most of you may have guessed that I originally come from South India. To be specific, I come from a city called Hyderabad. Amazing food. Love the biryani. I'm a vegetarian, but vegetarian variation of biryani is also pretty amazing. Okay, so try that if you like food. Okay, and I went against my family wishes in terms of they wanted me to be an engineer by going to, by doing my bachelor's in technology and all that. But as a child, I was always curious about nature. And later on, I realized that the study of this nature falls into the broad category called science. So I really wanted to pursue science. So I did my master's in physics at an amazing university right in Hyderabad called University of Hyderabad, and some people call it Hyderabad Central University. And for those of you who are from Hyderabad, I keep saying it Hyderabad, but I know the right way to say it is Hyderabad. Okay, Hyderabad. Okay, and I do understand Telugu. I speak Telugu with a neutral accent. And also with Telangana accent, so I do both of those. I also speak relatively fluent Hindi, but sometimes mixed with Urdu words. I do understand, I should say, most of Urdu. Let's say 50% enough Urdu, because I appreciate Urdu Shairi and Hindi Shairi, which is the poetry in Urdu and Hindi. Okay, so after my master's in physics at University of Hyderabad, I moved to US back in 1997 to pursue my PhD in material sciences and engineering. So I did fulfill my family's wishes of being an engineer, but I did end up doing PhD. How did I get into microscopy? Right in mid-90s, I was helping out a local government facility in polishing their samples. So they were looking at gold, palladium and silver types of alloys, and they were looking at those under a microscope, a scanning electron microscope. But my job was to just polish the samples, get some extra money for, movies. I'm a great Chiru fan, Chiranjeevi fan when it comes to movies. I don't want to do anything with his private life, by the way, or political life, just movies. Okay, getting back to the topic. So I first touched the first microscope in mid-1990s. So in fact, this year it would have been about 25 years since I actually started working with microscopes. And I always, focused on image analysis. Okay, I collect an image and what happens next. So slowly, it was all manual for the most part. I did, as part of my master's, I did a lot of, some sort of coding in Fortran, for example. But I started learning Python literally 4 years ago. And I looked at a lot of places to learn Python, and I didn't find anything even on YouTube, and hence the reason I started this channel, because I want to teach the way I learned. I know there are people out there like me who are looking for content and probably don't know how to get started, and I hope this channel provides that launch pad for them to start learning Python. And then there are a million other channels on YouTube on Python. So once you get enough information, I really want you to go and venture other places, because you have to learn from many sources. Okay, so this is basically me in a nutshell. But I should say, after my master's, I got my PhD at an amazing university called Michigan Technological University, great school for metallurgical engineering. So, well, now it's called material sciences. So I did that. And after my PhD, I worked at Ohio State University as a research scientist and also part-time assistant professor at Ohio State University, where I learned a lot about geology, dentistry, and a few other fields. And then I worked as applications engineer at a company called Oxford Instruments that provided analytical equipment like EDS and EBSD. And then later on, I became applications manager to manage a small team. And eventually, 5 years ago, I moved to a company called Zeiss, again, an amazing microscope company that produces the best, I say the best microscopes because I've seen the images. But then I started to realize, well, images are basically, a good image is a good starting point, right? I mean, towards information, but you need to extract this information. There is some standard software out there that you can use, but why not code it yourself, because there is no standard software that does exactly what you want, right? So that's why you have to learn to code, and this is how I got into coding. So I think I should stop it here because I know you don't have a lot of time to learn more about me, but of course you can always follow me on Twitter to learn more about me and also to see how my thoughts go almost on a day-to-day basis. So thank you very much, and keep watching this channel and support the advertisements because it does support these charities that I strongly believe in. Thank you very much, and again, please keep watching these videos and support this channel.